What if I told you that cracking law school was the easiest part of your legal journey? Because what comes next? Working 14-hour shifts, being paid less than a delivery executive, and being told promotions depend on whose child you are. That's the real challenge. Today, we are diving into the dark underbelly of Indian legal system, from nepotism to exploitation, and what you can actually do to survive and thrive. Hi everyone, I'm Jerry and welcome back to our channel where we simplify law to empower lives. Today's video isn't just for law students or lawyers. It's for every Indian who believes in justice. Because if the protectors of justice are suffering silently, what does it say about the system itself? So grab your coffee because this isn't just a rant, it's a reality check and most importantly, it's a guide to fighting back. Let's start with junior lawyers, fresh out of law school, full of idealism, only to be offered rupees 5,000 to 10,000 a month in Tier 1 cities. That's below minimum wage, especially when we are expected to work weekends and pull 12-hour days. In 2011 case of Suraj India Trust versus Bar Council of India, the Delhi High Court observed the lack of structured internship or pay norms. Yet, over a decade later, nothing much has changed. One junior lawyer I spoke to in Delhi told me I was working for 9 months without pay just to learn. And when I asked for money, they replaced me with another student from a lower tier college who was ready to work for free. Now imagine this, you have studied 5 years, passed the AIBE and you're still depending on your parents for survival. This is not just economic exploitation, it's institutional failure. Let's address the elephant in the courtroom, nepotism. That's an unspoken rule. Unless you belong to a certain family or have connections to a sitting senior advocate or a judge, your growth will be slower. This isn't new. In Vikas Kumar versus High Court of Delhi in 2015, even the judiciary was called out for arbitrary selection procedures. While the case wasn't directly about nepotism, it exposed the lack of transparency and the role of who you know in hiring. Even in big firms, referrals from top law schools or family connections almost beat merit. But here's the catch, nepotism doesn't just kill talent, it kills hope. Now, let's talk about discrimination. And I'm not just talking caste or gender. This includes language-based bias. Hindi-speaking juniors often sidelined in southern courts and vice versa. Regional elitism. NLU grads versus state university students. Gender discrimination. Women being asked subtly if they plan to marry before being hired. A 2019 Bar Council report found that over 70% of women lawyers feel unsafe or unsupported in litigation roles. This isn't just a statistic, it's a red flag for an industry that prides itself on justice. And let's not forget caste-based exclusion, which still exists in chambers and subtle client allocation practices. Here's the good news, you're not powerless. Document everything. Keep email records, WhatsApp chats, offer letters and assignment proofs. If you're denied pay or harassed, this evidence is vital. Use the Advocates Act of 1961. Sections 35 and 36 empower state bar councils to take action against misconduct, including exploitation of juniors. File a complaint if your rights are violated. RTI your way through. If you have been denied internships or clerkships, file an RTI with the government bodies or courts to demand transparency in selection. Network beyond your boss. Build alliances with legal aid clinics, NGOs and alternative platforms like Loctopus, bar and bench, and live law, where you can showcase your writing, earn and gain visibility. Push for unionization. While bar councils haven't formally supported unions, informal support groups like Lawyers for Justice are gaining traction to demand better pay and safe workplaces. Digital reputation matters. Start a blog, LinkedIn profile, or even YouTube. Yes, like this channel, where you share your legal journey. It gives you independence and control over your narrative. The system might be flawed, but you're not helpless. Remember, every senior was once a junior. And while some shut the door behind them, you have the power to hold it open for others. So ask yourself, are you just here to survive? Or will you be the reason someone else didn't quit? If this video spoke to you, if you ever felt underpaid, undervalued, or unseen, don't just stay silent. Comment below with one experience you faced in your legal journey. Let's build a thread of truth that can't be ignored. Share this video with a fellow junior, a law student, or even a senior who needs to know the ground reality. And if you want more videos that combine legal truth and real solutions, subscribe and turn on notifications. Because here, we don't just study the law, we fight to make it better. Take care. Bye.